showers and thunderstorms today with strong southwesterly winds to 37 miles per hour.
It's a numbers game, especially for the situation that we're in. We're coming off of a high water event here 48 hours ago. The outdoors is not a hobby. It's not our passion. It is our way of life. We make the perfect cast, slow our breathing to execute a perfect shot, spend hours researching locations and techniques. Regardless of effort, we fail. This series is not about incredible bites or trophy animals. Our goal here at Day One Outdoors is to educate our viewers utilizing new technology to offer a different perspective. Watch as we research new areas, plan out the day, and adjust to changing conditions. If not for other experienced outdoorsmen teaching me along the way, I wouldn't have this life. I owe it to them to pass this knowledge along. I owe it to you. Join us here on Day One Outdoors, and let's learn how to become more successful in the field and on the water from day one. Welcome to beautiful Astoria, Oregon. What do you do when your best laid plans fall apart? Today we were supposed to go out tuna fishing. It is right before August 1st. This should be prime time for tuna. Well, the full moon pushed a bunch of squid down deep. This north wind has not stopped blowing for a week, and the tuna are 95 miles offshore. We created this show on the premise that most of you folks only get one day a week, one day a month, only maybe a couple days a year to go fishing. So how do you plan for success and then adjust to changing regulations or changing conditions? It is July 31st. Tomorrow should be opening for buoy 10. Not gonna happen this year. Summer Chinook above the bridge or above Tongue Point, not open this year. How about ocean salmon? Nope, that's closed too. Well, let's go tuna fishing. Northwest wind has been blowing. It pushed all the warm water offshore, and the tuna are down deep because of the full moon. You got to be able to adjust to everything that could take place. If you made plans to come out here, booked your hotel room, booked your guide fishing trip, or brought your boat on down, what would you do? We're gonna go out and go do some bottom fishing and make a great day of it regardless. And I'll tell you what, Bottomfish make excellent fish tacos, great table fare, and heck, that's what we were gonna do out here for tuna anyways, is try and fill the freezer. So we're gonna jump on down here, join Kevin Newell with Total Fisherman, and see what we can put together. It's a real foggy morning run here out to the bar, and thank goodness we have quality electronics. Kevin has a radar plus navigation, and you can see with the radar right here how accurate it can be. It's showing the piling rows and the entrance to Owaka, where we're going to go in and go get our live bait here right now. Really helpful having this tool when it's this foggy.
Coming in on the fog is always interesting. You never know what you're going to get.
Anytime you're out here in the fog like this, it's very helpful having quality electronics with navigation and radar, but the most important thing is go slow. I was told a long time ago, you never want to go any faster than you want to hit something. It's words of wisdom. Got the boat coming at you.
here on the Rockfish Lingcod grounds. We have a beautiful ocean today, and we're getting ready to drop. We're getting all the gear ready. We're targeting Lingcod first. We are about 150 feet deep. We've got live anchovies. We've got blue label herring, and they like bait. We've also got some great lures today. We're going to give them a little bit of options for what they want to eat. We have a little tiny bit of wind, so that'll actually help get us adrift. It'll get the herring spinning and give the anchovy a little bit more action. And we're allowed 2 lingcod a piece and 7 rockfish. We get a good assortment of rockfish down here: vermilion rockfish, canary rockfish, black rockfish, cabezons. Every once in a while we'll actually catch a halibut. We can keep those on the days that it's open.
So we're going to be putting down those big herring or even live anchovies. And I like having a little bit more movement down there and color. So I got a lot of contrast with spin glow, and then one of those fish field hoochies that's going to glow down there at 100 feet.
Are you already hooked up? Nice.
It looks like he's hooked pretty well. There you go, good job, bud. Nice, fins on the board. They have to be 22 inches long, and he's probably about 22 and a half.
23 and a half.
Leon's on.
This is a lingcod. We caught it on a spreader bar and a blue label herring. Didn't bite super hard, just felt a lot of dead weight, and then fought quite a bit at the first part of the fight, but not a lot at the end.
This is a quillback. Can we do a safe handoff?
It's a dirty quillback.
Those are pretty. They're a really good eater.
What do you want to
And these are the ones that we have a quota on these every season, and we've reached our quota already. So we're gonna send him back down. These swim down. They don't have the air bladder like the other fish, so.
We have a good drift going, so the lead is down there. It's a rock bottom or a live bottom on some of these reefs. So as we drift along, we like the bait to be spinning, almost like we're salmon fishing. And so it'll be down there and entice the lingcod, and they attack it pretty vigorously. It's not what we call huge, but it's great eating.
Yeah, the smaller ones are actually
Yeah.
better eating than the jumbos.
Yeah.
There he is.
Got you a tasty sea bass.
Nice sea bass.
Rockfish are nice. There you go, well done, Ashley. This is a black rockfish. It's also pronounced fish taco, also called a sea bass. These are great eaters. You can get a bunch of fish tacos out of one this size.
Fishfield is your one-stop shop online for the gear you need here in the Pacific Northwest and beyond. From salmon and steelhead, saltwater, trout and kokanee, even crabbing. Visit fishfield.com today to place an order and have the gear you need shipped fast. Fishfield.com, we have what the Northwest outdoorsman needs.
Every once in a while, a new lure comes along that catches every angler's attention. It could be because of all the irresistible colors and finishes, or the patented skip beat action. Or maybe it's the wide variety of sizes designed for salmon, trout, walleye, steelhead, mackinaw, and more. But just for the record, we know one thing for certain. We didn't design the maglip to catch fishermen. Yakima Bait Company.
Well, this is a big sandy area with a reef in the middle of it. So it's a lot of these fish is about edges and ledges. So we work those edges where it goes from the sand bottom to the structure, and that seems to congregate life.
I don't do camera, I do live performances, man. I don't do cams.
Well, so far, everyone on the boat has caught a fish but me. And I've noticed that I'm the only one running live anchovy. Now, you think a live bait would get bit a lot better than a dead bait, but these fish might be keying in on profile. The rest of the boat is using blue label herrings, so really big, thicker baits, and they're getting bit consistently, where I'm running small, thin little anchovy that are not getting bit. So sometimes little changes, little differences like that can be the difference between getting a quick limit and scratching them out all day long.
That's what's cool about fishing. You never know what you're going to bring up. Catch
Tire.
woodfeels. My buddy caught an octopus the other day.
Ooh, that'd be
I
nice.
know he's legal.
Jeez.
That's a dandy.
That's a beautiful fish.
There he is. Let's grab your lead. Oh, he popped off. Nice job, Ashley. Give me some knuckles. Nicely done.
Thanks. Sorry.
That's about a medium size. We get them all over the board, but for this close to shore, that's a real dandy. This is what we come out here for. I get folks all the time try to stick their hand in their mouth. They're like, whoa, 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 you're gonna pull back a stump.
Sucked it up like a vacuum.
I'd say this fish is 4 to 5 years old. It's a nice representative of an average catch down here on a day. It's great eating. It's kind of what we're looking for right here.
Well, I had to grab someone else's pole to actually hook into a fish. I'm the only one who hasn't landed one yet this morning. And while Will was talking about Ashley's lingcod she just got, I looked over and Will's pole was getting hammered. So I come over and stole it from him. Team effort, team effort. I just got this guy, Ashley's hooked up too. I think Kevin's got us on the fish.
I'm pretty sure there's a fish attached to that still.
This is a yellow eye. This is a species of concern, and they're slow growing, so we're gonna descend him back down with a descending device.
So what we're doing here is we're descending the fish. So as those fish come up, they have swim bladders and they expand, and they are uncomfortable up here, and if we just released them, they would die. So we have an automatic descending device that releases the fish, pressure activated upon depth. So I'm gonna send this guy down to about 100 feet, it'll unclip and he'll swim off. Out here, there's the structure we're fishing is influenced by both the current and the wind, and so depending on what that's doing, Kevin's positioning the boat so we get a drift over that structure. The structure is what pretty much holds the fish.
Okay, so there's bottom right there, and unlike when we're using a lead jig or a big tube skirt, in this case, because we're using bait, we just let it hang. Just keep it down there in the strike zone and wait as we're going over top of these fish for them to come by, and especially the live anchovies, they see it moving around, plenty of action, they bite, and then with that herring down there as we drift, the herring, the dead bait, is still twisting around.
Junior lingcod again. We're gonna let this guy go, breed, make other lingcod, and grow up.
And just like that, the live anchovy became bait, and it's gonna become fish tacos. Let's see if it's a lingcod or a bass. It's feeling a little bit heavy, so I'm thinking lingcod.
This is what we call a green ling. If you notice, it has some green hue to it, and when we fillet this fish, it'll actually be a greenish color. When we cook it, however, it'll turn white, and it tastes delicious. The Asian markets actually, they prefer the fish with color, and they pay more for them when they're like this.
So that cool lingcod we just got came on this Spinglow and Fishfield hoochie setup with 2 live anchovies on it. Now, in a lot of episodes that we've done for Bottomfish, we've used all lead jigs and skirts and big swim baits, but today playing around with the live bait and they're chewing it. This is fun.
Nicely done, Ashley.
Oh, we're doubled up.
See if I can just stick this in his mouth. The difference between this and yellow eye is this one doesn't have a yellow eye. Huh. See how the whole thing's red. Hey, fish of a lifetime. I've never caught one.
That's
Very
a
cool.
beautiful
That's a dandy.
fish.
That would probably be a solid 6 or 7 pound rockfish.
So this guy has to go back. A couple of the clues we look for, first of all, the eye, but then the black on the fins, and that's a real indication of how to identify some of these fish. People don't know the difference between a canary or a yellow eye.
See the difference? This one's redder, that's hence the name vermilion. This one's oranger, yellow eye, and this one has a red eye.
So we're going to once again release this fish down, and we're going to automatically deploy at set to 100 feet, and it's going to swim off unharmed.
Well, if Cody's never caught one, Kevin's never caught one, I'm going to feel real lucky about that because they're the professionals and they know better than I do.
In all the years, I've never caught a vermilion. Kevin's never caught a vermilion. Ben's never caught a vermilion. So out of the boat here, all the hours that we've all spent on the water, not very many of us have ever caught that fish. And she got one here on her first time out catching lingcod and bottomfish. That's why you come out, you just never know what you're gonna get on these reefs. It's really cool. Down it goes. Kevin has us on some new structure we haven't fished yet today. See what we come up with.
One of the main factors for being successful at rockfish and lingcod fishing is being able to control the boat and have the anglers' lines mainly straight up and down so that they're not getting out an angle. We call that scoping out. The more of an angle you get and you start letting the line out, it goes out like this, and it's more likely to grab the bottom because you're not pulling up when you lift, you're pulling sideways and it gets snaggy.
That's a nice land.
Where do you want them?
Well done, bud.
Nice job.
Awesome, nice gaff shot.
Good job. Get back on the motor.
So these fish feed on pretty much anything. They're very territorial. Other fish, juvenile lingcod. I think they eat crabs. And he has a big belly. Kevin likes, we can do this collar cut right here to help bleed the fish. And it makes for better meat when you bleed your fish.
Finally a canary. Nice. Those are a super good eater.
With both yellow eye and vermilion, they have a very solid pattern all the way across their body, whereas you can tell with canaries, they have this really like kind of speckled pattern, going from a deep red with these beautiful lines to this very speckled yellow and orange.
1, 2, 3, in.
Here it is. Another nice ling. There we go. Getting close to that ling limit.
Whoa! Another nice ling here.
Good job, buddy. That's a pretty one. Got a little bit of purple in his tail. Beautiful fish.
Salmon swim up to 3,000 miles to return to their exact place of birth to reproduce. Well, most of the time.
That's some folks call him, I call him a smurfling because it has a little bit of blue in it. He's been eating kelp crabs. It gives him that blue tint, and you can see it in his mouth. It's a dog eat dog world. It's cod eat cod world down there. They don't care. They'd gladly chew on that thing.
I picked it up and then spit it out and left it alone for a little bit, and then decided it liked the taste of it and came back in a hurry. Oh, it is still there.
Oh, check that guy out.
Pull back. He's biting that. He does not want to let go. Crazy little critters. Some of the coast doesn't have a lot of them. We happen to have a lot of them here. So, but there's other areas where they're a little bit more depleted. So, yep, conservation's important. We want to take care of the population and make sure we have good fishing for years to come.
Nicely done.
Nice fish, Leon. Nice ling.
Yeah, it's a good ling.
Our setup that we're using is really basic, which is one of the reasons why I love rock fishing so much, is simplicity. So I just have a mooching rig set up here, a couple of 3/0 hooks with a Fishfield 6-inch hoochie, a glow bead, and then a spin glow, just a nice black Michael Jackson color for a little bit of contrast. And then we add on a couple of anchovies. We're fortunate enough to have a live bait tank on here. We're gonna hook them through the collar right behind the back. So now I got 2 live anchovies with my hoochie and spin glow. And they're just about 24 inches a leader. You don't want too long. If you go too long, then it negates the purpose of your spreader bar. And this spreader bar is designed just to keep you from tangling up. It has one really long arm out to your bait, and that keeps everything away from the shorter arm down to our dropper, to our 16 ounces of lead. Now what we've also done is added a little bumper here, a short section, about 18 inches of line. And that is so that when we get snagged up incidentally into the rocks down there on the bottom, this line here will break. We won't lose the entire spreader bar, the hooks, and break the braided line. From there we have 65-pound maximum braid 8. And I like having braided line because we're fishing down 150 to 200 feet of water, and that gives you the sensitivity to know what type of structure you're feeling. Is it sand? Is it rock? But most importantly, you can feel that bite. Now for our rod and reel, we just have a 20 to 40 pound rod. Usually about 6 to 7 foot is plenty, but you want it to be pretty stout, pretty sturdy. This is not a finesse fishery, this is a meat fishery. So having a really stiff broomstick style rod is probably sufficient. And then for the reel, line counter reels definitely do help. Line counter reels help make sure that everyone in the boat is fishing around the same depth. and it helps you know exactly where the bottom is too. So right now I'm at 178 and I'm tapping bottom, so I know if on my line counter I'm around 170, I should be really close to the bottom, which is where these fish like to live. Oh, come on. Yeah, there he is. Oh, head shakes. Oh. So that guy bit it and then dropped it. So what I did is I just lowered that rod tip right back down, make it look like a wounded bait fish. And bam. This one's got some weight to it.
We're getting bit over here. This is our last lingcod. Will's got a ball of bait on about that big. He's got me convinced that he's going to catch the world's largest lingcod. So I'm looking at this one going, well, that's not a bad lingcod. We certainly kept fish that size today. But what do you think, Will? This is about 28 inches.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you get yours up. Help came off.
Just made the decision for us.
Yours better be bigger.
Not seeing much weight.
Oh. Should have kept mine, told you.
And look at that. Well, that is our last lingcod. Now we are going to go get our rockfish. Good job, guys.
We had, I
Good
think
teamwork.
we had 4 rockfish before.
So right now we're switching up to some different tackle to start targeting these rockfish. We got all of our lingcod. Now we're gonna see if we can get some of those blue and black rockfish. So what we're changing up is we're going a little bit smaller. So using these little shrimp flies here. And what's cool about running this is that you can bring up 2, 3 at a time. You can add a jig to the bottom of this, either a lead head jig or a swim bait. And then if you do that, you just need to cut off one of these flies because we're only allowed 3 hooks per person. 52, 54, 56. Rock fishing, when you get on them, especially the blues and the blacks, they school up really tight. So when you do find them, boat control is really important so you can stay on top of the group and stay right above them. And so everyone stays in the school, keeps all their gear in the school. And when you do that and they're wanting to bite, it's fast action. We've already got quite a few up here to the boat. It's been fun.
So I'm chunking the bait up. I'd like to cut it in thirds. Just give it a little chunk for a blood smell.
Oh, that one bit the jig. Trying to get some more on there, trying to get 2 or 3, but that one came up on the jig. I like it.
Oh, hey.
Oh, that's a nice one.
For some spots, it's a little on the small side. Some people would call it big, but for what we've been catching lately, I'd say it's about average, don't you?
Oh yeah.
2.
Nice job.
Off of the one up front.
Doubled up.
Those are nice size.
Dang it, lost one. I blame that on
I think
Sam.
there's more down there where that one. Between 50 and 75.
Easy peasy.
Fish are from 50 all the way down to 75 feet, guys. Anywhere in there.
Every rod in the boat's hooked up.
2 at a time.
I don't want to break your rod.
Okay, oh, she got a blue. They look like the saltwater version of a smallmouth bass a little bit. So this is a black rockfish. But see this one? How it's got stripes on its head? A little bit smaller mouth. The body looks the same, but these stripes here are what give it away.
Nice. Good job, Leon.
55 has been that's where I've gotten my last 3 hookups, is at 55 feet.
Trying to make sure everybody stays right distance apart. Otherwise, those suckers will swim around that one.
Well done. There they are. Check this out. Triple. And that might be close to our limited rockfish for the day. That's awesome. That's what I love about rock fishing. Fast action.
We're done. We got all of our rockfish.
Wrapped up our limit. We're done. We got a limit of lingcod and rockfish. Awesome. I know we didn't tuna fish today, but guess what? We had a ton of fun. We have a crazy amount of fish. And we're gonna be back to the dock a lot sooner than we would have been if we were out tuna fishing. fun day.